Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I haven't even made it to Paris yet. It's actually same day as we just wrapped up our conversation this morning. But I had to share something with you before I forget. So this afternoon I went to a matinee in my neighborhood. There's that old school of folk that I've gone there for tons of live music. Anyhow, Irish Christmas. That's what the theme was. It was a wonderful, beautiful band from Ireland. Amazing instruments, voice. Great, beautiful day. But this is actually what I want to introduce to you because I went with my friend Eileen, who gave me my Christmas present early. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, check this out. It's unicorn nutcracker. Isn't this the best? Oh my gosh, so fantastic. Just the perfect topper to an excellent afternoon of live music and joy and such. Okay, well, I'm off to Paris, so we will chat more later. We made it back to Paris. I can't tell you, even right up until that plane took off, neither one of us believed this was going to happen. The last 6 months, everything from tiny to large dream, everything that we have put our hope into to just give us a break, it's just been decimated. But we made it. When Gabby and I planned this trip to Paris, we got super romantic about it. We have been to Paris twice before, and both times were extraordinary. They were magical, dream, a private viewing at the Louvre. We had a lovely day spent in Champagne, doing private tours of folks' vineyards. We were on a private yacht drinking champagne down the Sane. I mean, it was extraordinary. So when we planned this trip, we said, let's stay in the same hotel that we have stayed at the 2 previous times, and we'll stay in the same room, right? That continuity. And it's lovely because, of course, when we got here, we're flooded with all these beautiful memories and such a romantic thing to plan, right? Well, when we got here, one of the things that we were super excited about is that we were going to go visit all of the Christmas markets, right? Have you ever been to a European Christmas market? Oh my God, I love it. All the crafts and the food and just wonderful. Super excited because it turns out there is one right in front of our hotel. How lovely. That's the one we're going to kick it off with. Well, we get here, we check in, and I just need to show you something. Wait for it. Oh my. Never in all my years did I imagine that my beautiful romantic patio view would be filled with carnival rides and screaming, and it's such a weird carnival too because it's like so American, cotton candy and hamburgers and hot dogs and so I went out to my patio. There's my view of the Eiffel Tower, of the left bank, of the Louvre, just so beautiful. And every single night until midnight, this carnival is outside our door. So I'm walking down the hallway. It's our day one in Paris. I'm going to get my wife a cup of coffee. As I'm walking, I'm thinking, okay, today I chose to be super chill this morning because I want to have a lot of energy for tonight, because my wife and I are going to go meet some friends, and then we're going to go to a late night market, and I just want to be able to have fun and not have my wife worry. So I say super chill this morning. I'm like, okay. But this is the thing, as I was walking to get coffee, usually I spend, you spend all this time planning like how you're going to navigate this and how you're going to be successful, and if things don't go right, what do you do? And it's all this energy, and all of a sudden I realized I can inhale without pain. This is the first time that I've been able to inhale without pain in months. You see that? Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? Have I ever told you the story of where my eyewear game came from? First of all, I have to say that French women have the best eyewear game. I'll just say it, I think anywhere. I'll just say it. French women, their eyewear is marvelous. When Gabby and I came here on our first trip together, I had just been prescribed glasses, and I was so sad. This was about 15-20 years ago. The reason I was sad is just because in America, the frames were ugly, utilitarian, uncomfortable, and it was just so, and I couldn't do contacts because I can't stick anything in my eyes. I just can't. So I had to do glasses. Well, we came to Paris, and we're walking around amazed by everything. And I remember we came upon the brand Lafont. And it was like, to me, it was like coming upon the most beautiful pastry shop, right? In the window, there was all these beautiful frames of all sizes and shapes and colors, and it was just extraordinary. Well, of course, that is where I picked up one of my first frames, and I still have them. It was the first in the collection, but it is the French that inspired me, and I'd like to thank French women everywhere for doing so, because I have had so much fun over the last 15 years. With my eyewear game. It's interesting. My wife and I were talking. It's kind of cool because we came here, 20 years ago. And then this was one of our last trips before cancer took our lives away. And then now, but for us, it's we were just commenting on like the changes, the evolution that we've seen, and also kind of traveling. Have you traveled much now in the past? What has it been, a year and a half since we've kind of opened up travel internationally? I never thought I would see in Paris the behavior that we see so commonly in America with the face in the phone, walking, like it. Even when we were here a few years back, when the evolution was starting to happen, you just didn't see it in France. It's weird. having traveled last year from Morocco to Madrid to Finland to Iceland, and you didn't see that in the same American way, so it's kind of interesting. And I think the other thing that we were commenting on is the behavior after COVID, and this is why I was wondering if you've traveled since COVID, the social bond or agreement that we've all made about like how to navigate through cities. It's been really fascinating. Last year, it seemed like people didn't know how to, they started navigating in a way where like, it was very American again, because it was very self. Like people just don't seem to know that there's others around them at all, right? And we experienced that last year in traveling, but we thought, oh, okay, it's because people are coming out again. But it was really profound here. It was just kind of interesting. Definitely a lot less smokers, and I would say there's a little bit of a shift in food because we've seen a lot of plant-based options, which it just seems so unreal in French food that that's like made it and been accepted. Because honestly, like I've never really saw a lot of vegetables before. It's just been interesting. It's been lovely to be able to see the evolution of this city and the difference in over the last 20 years. What a gift. It's our last day. It's time to pack up and come home. You know, up until literally 3 days before, we were still talking about whether I should come or not. And it's so weird that I got on that plane and it was an 8.5 hour flight. 2 hours of it was just really intense pain that I thought, oh, I made a mistake. But only 2 hours, so I was excited, right? But then, when I got off of that plane and I got here, my body rallied. Oh, the ladies, every organ, all my muscles, they all came together and just you know, the pain of breathing stopped, but like, not just that. I was able to go for walks, and that's, I actually was able to enjoy myself physically, not exhausted and pain and managing so much. I don't know if when I get on that plane that it's gonna all have to let go because it's exhausted and it's propped me up for this last week, and that's okay too, because this was just, to be able to pull this trip off. My wife and I are just it's definitely gonna help get myself ready to walk through that chemo door in a little bit. Amazing. Well, we made it home, and as you can see, I am not the only one super excited that we're home. Isn't that the best? Who wouldn't love to come home to that kind of love? And to think, she was returned 3 times 3 times because families thought she was nuts, which she was. But we all are in this household, so it worked out for her. Oh, I have to tell you, my body is so wrecked. Oh, but it rallied. Not only was I able to breathe without pain, which was beautiful, all of the, I have just been destroyed lately. I don't know, like, not just lately, but this particular side effect of chemo, which has not stopped since even with this chemo break, is where all of a sudden my muscle, you've seen it, right, when we're chatting, all of a sudden my muscle gets pulled, and it'll pull, and I'm like, ah, and then you just have to wait until it releases, and that happens all over my body. Well, my body rallied for Paris. I felt so good. I felt so... I could smell when I was in Paris. I don't necessarily struggle with with not being able to enjoy the foods that I want or explore in that area. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a really hard conversation with myself in the beginning, but I came to a place in the very beginning of this fucking walk with cancer, is that I accepted that I may never have another food experience in my life because of what treatment does. And, you know, here I am, almost 5 years in, and my jaw is collapsing, and I can't chew, I can't, and again, it does make me sad, but I also, I have had the most amazing food experiences that could ever be possible. From being invited into the home in a small village in Eastern Turkey to we had dinner at the Kensington Palace in London, you know? I wasn't prepared though for the onslaught of being able to smell again. It was really beautiful. And I know it's gonna go away tomorrow when I walk into the chemo, so that's it's gonna it's gonna be a rough conversation tomorrow. But for today, I am giving huge thanks to my former self for setting me up for success, right? Love you, thank you. Because I did a huge deep dive in my early 40s into self-care and what did that mean for me. And I set up a lot of habits and I did a lot of work to figure out, you know, what can I do to make my life be better. And because of that, I knew coming back from Paris, I wanted to create a day to recover and get ready to check myself into the hospital tomorrow. The goal, right? I set up our masseuse to pop by in the morning, so we rolled out of bed, had massages. In this moment, I can smell. I may not be able to chew, but I can smell. So my wife and I did, we went and did a wonderful exploration of a tea shop that we wanted to go to. And so we bought all these beautiful teas so that, like, I'm so wired right now, I probably won't sleep tonight because I'm drinking all of them because I know I'm not going to have this sense of smell. But right now, and we're cooking, and And originally, my wife and I had decided not to decorate for the holidays because we're just so tired. Just so tired. Just feel like we're trudging through mud. So we were like, let's be kind to ourselves and yada yada. And right before we left for Paris, I looked at my wife. I'm like, what are we doing? Your favorite holiday to decorate for is Christmas. We are returning from Paris. Normally, as you know, I try to get every single minute of my off time of treatment, right? So even remember Maui, flew to Maui, came back on the red eye and then go straight into treatment. Came back from Iceland on the red eye, walked right into treatment. This time though, I said to my wife, what are we doing? Hold on, let's not do that. I want to come back the day before so that we can get massages, so we can do this and we can get a Christmas tree and we can decorate it together because it's something that we love. It's the same for us, the same as all of the art in our house has a story behind it. We can tell you where we were and like why, everything about why we chose this to put in our home. And it's the same with our Christmas decorations. We've been doing this for 23 years together, and we very intentionally would buy one or two Christmas bulbs, and every year. And so every time when we bring out the Christmas decorations, which obviously it's what I'm looking at because we spend all day doing it, it's a story of where we were, and I'm really happy that we did that because going to Paris was a really beautiful walk down memory lane. We realized that Paris for us, there's been these huge transitions that we were there for that we just didn't, it's not like we planned it, but the first time we went to Paris, I was like I had gotten myself, done all my work in my career, laid down the foundation, and now I was working these great jobs where we were trying to get ourselves on the cover of Food and Wine and Sir magazine. It was an amazing, crazy world of hospitality and food. And my wife had, as you recall, she was an archaeologist when we met. She finished her PhD, did a complete 180, and started a different career, which was super successful. In Paris, the first time was us going. We were grown. We had a wallet. I always said I wasn't going to go to Paris until I was grown. I was not going to be a kid looking through the window. My entire life has been dedicated to making amazing experiences around food, right? So no way was I ever going to go to Paris. And so we had held on to it. It was just we were just starting that, into our 30s, and we went back in our 40s, and here we are. It was a decade or so later, and my wife was really crushing it in her career. I had all the experiences I want and was getting ready to think about okay, it was time for me to take a step back and enjoy life and support my wife. We did realize while we were there that that was our last trip before I was diagnosed. We were so carefree when we were just about to enter into that, next stage of life. And then now returning as we are wrapping up a lot. Very, So again, I knew that coming back, we were going to be just riding a roller coaster of emotions from having been able to make this beautiful trip together to having to walk into the doors tomorrow, which is what I want. It's what I've been working for. It's why I cut my spleen out. So, but I know the the power of I didn't want to deny this. I wanted to be kind to my body, to my emotions, to my brain. Ride this ride, and I'm sure there'll be. I'm sure it's gonna be a long night, especially because I drank so much tea. Oh, I've done this to myself, but that's okay. Because we have beautiful holiday decorations all around us. I would be super happy to stay up all night in this gorgeous room. Well, I think I'm gonna let you go because perhaps I need to get some water. One of the things that I have recognized with my cough is that I need to slow down, and I can control it a little bit better, which is super hard because you know me, and then I get excited, and then I start talking fast, and as I'm about to do, and then I start coughing. All right, well, before I let you go, this is my lovely holiday room full of joy that it's going to get me through these next couple of weeks. Well, as always, thanks for checking in on me, and I will see you next Sunday. If you have any energy you would like to give, on Tuesday of this week, Tuesday morning, probably around 9 a.m. Central Time in the U.S., they will be starting my Benadryl and my Dex to get me ready for the treatment. So if you'd like to do a little rainbow glitter warrior stomp, that would be amazing.